So let's talk about installing VSPro. So I would recommend before you installing any package like this is do a backup, right? I I have had good luck with installing VSPro. It's never been an issue. However, you never know. So, do a full backup. Earlier in the course, there's a section on doing a full backup. Highly recommend not only doing it before installing, but just periodically in general in case something happens. So let's go into Unity. And right now we're in our scene. If we go up here to the asset store, this is more or less a browser in here, and we could do open in browser. But the first thing you need to do is you need to purchase VS Pro. So let me just make sure that you see, I think if you do a search for VS Pro, it does come up. So you need to do something like vegetation. Start typing in vegetation studio. Here we go. And hopefully this will show you some of, so there's one here, see this vegetation studio for 75 bucks. Don't get that. It's not going to work for you. We need the full Vegetation Studio Pro, this version right here. Looks like it's 129 bucks right now. I thought it was 150. So 129 bucks. It's our version when it says 218, 211 or higher because that will fit our version. So that's definitely the one we want to use. And if we go back here, you're going to purchase, you'll say purchase here, and then you can say open in Unity. I'm just going to, well, I can say open in Unity, and you'll see what'll happen. It's just going to take me back to my assets page here, and you're going to see in here, I have to download it. So I'm going to click. So pardon the interruption. This is Master Blaster from the future to give a little change to the VS Pro installation. So something happened in the Unity store where the version of Vegetation Studio Pro that we want, if you look in here now, it says 2019 4.24. They essentially deprecated support for Unity 2018, which puts us in a little bit of a pickle. However, what we decided to do to get around this is there are some of us that have the appropriate version downloaded. So if you go ahead and purchase Vegetation Studio Pro, make sure you purchase this at the time of this video, this 1.4.9, and it says supported version 2019 4.24 and higher. Purchase that version and then go into Discord and then the VS Pro channel or the Unity channel say, hey, I purchased Vegetation Studio Pro. I need the correct version. One of us will, and then post this screenshot of your receipt inside the Unity store so we know you purchased it. And then one of us will send you the Unity install package. So you're going to have to install this manually. And I'll stop the video at the appropriate point to show you where to do that. Download, and I think it's like half a gig. It should say somewhere in here. Yep, file size half a gig. I'm going to click download and pause the video while it's downloading. So at this point, the download is finished, and this will change to an import. So just click on import. All right, interrupting again is Master Blaster from the future. So instead of importing from the store, because if you do that, it's going to put the wrong version. It's not going to work inside of Unity 2018. You need to post that message to Discord, and then we'll give you a special package. Once you have that package downloaded to your PC, you're going to come up here to Assets, and you're going to do Import Package, Custom Package, and then you are going to go to wherever you put that package. So I put it in Unity Assets. I put it here. So here it is, Vegetation Studio Pro. And it's going to decompress that. So let me pause. This is a big package. So once that's done decompressing, you'll get this pop-up window, and then you're going to hit Import here. And then that's going to actually install it inside of VS Pro. Okay. Now I'm going to send you back to the original video where we're gonna install from the store, but you can just skip that until you see this screen, and I do a similar import in the video, and then continue from there. And this is going to go through a few things. It's going to decompress. It's going to extract a couple things, and I'll pause while that's happening and come back in a second. You'll then get this pop-up, which is going to tell you everything it's going to install. And keep in mind, it's installing this in your project directory. Remember, like our prop studio. So it's going to go under the root folder of awesome technologies. And it's actually going to install some other stuff here too, which is, why can't I expand this again? There you go. And you can browse through this, but this is basically where it's going to, what directory it's going to be installing in the file structure of all that stuff. I kind of look at this to get a general idea of where things are located, but you don't need to pay attention to it. Just click import, and then that'll go for a little bit. I'm going to pause. So at this point, if you go back into your project folder, you'll see that there is a directory or a new folder called Awesome Technologies. And this is just really where all the files and assets for Vegetation Studio Pro were installed. But it's not installed just like anything else. It's not in our scene yet. So we do need to add Vegetation Pro to our scene. So how we do that is we just come up here to Window, Awesome Technologies, add Vegetation Studio Pro to scene. And then when we do that, you will see that we get this new entry in our scene called Vegetation Studio Pro. And if we expand that down, we have another subdirectory underneath that called Vegetation Studio Pro. And over here on the right in the inspector, we have our Vegetation Studio Pro and all of the appropriate options and capabilities for it. At that point, it's installed and you're ready to move on. A little addendum here that I forgot to include, which is we need to install a couple of custom tools that some of the guys made to help with VS Pro. So in the downloads folder, remember this OPCD community downloads Google Drive entry? Yeah, we're gonna go there and we're gonna go up here to downloads and we got this little Vegetation Studio Pro area. We're gonna go in there and we're gonna download this veggie and biome mask prefab. It's a Unity package. So that's going to download. We're going to go back into Unity. We're going to go to Assets, Import Package, Custom Package. We're going to go where that was downloaded, open that up, and you're going to see there's going to be 3 assets, and they're going to be installed, remember, in our project under our, and it's saying it's going to install them under Biome and Mass. So let's import that. This is really quick. And you'll see here they are. This is going to be really important for the next sections. And now you're done installing Visio Studio Pro.